Oh, and we're live. To quote Steve Scott, no cursing. All right. All right. Let's see if I get out of here without getting run over. And we'll do this while I'm driving, because that seems to be about the only time I have to make a video lately. So I apologize. I apologize. It seems I come across a lot of good jobs and that are worthy of sharing. I just never have the time to, either the time doesn't work out to film it, or the weather, or the location. So I'll work on it. And it's cold out, which really makes it tough. Trying to film one-handed. My man Cody, he doesn't know what it's like to work out in the cold. It doesn't get cold down there, it gets hot. So I think the heat can be just as bad. But what's going on the Staten Island Express, aptly named by our friend Ivan. I think he's the one who gave it the name. The Staten Island Express does live on. It's a cold 67 degrees in Arizona. I don't know what it is here. I don't even look anymore. It's just cold. But what is going on? I got everything in the back of the truck. I'm going from one call to another. I figured I had a few minutes. I would try to get this done before I get there. One of these days, we're going to put together a live stream. We're going to get all the mobile guys together and just talk about the mobile industry and what it's like to be mobile. Because it is different. Not that I have a whole lot of experience. I'm only doing this a year now. You know, fully mobile 1 year. And it's been a lesson. Not just in working on cars, dealing with people, time management. So much stuff is different. You know, when you're in a shop, and forgive me if I go off on a tangent on this, because I got ideas in my head I wanted to just talk about fun stuff, and they'll be in no particular order, because that's the way my mind works. But you'll be in a shop, it's something you got to wait on something. All right, I'll push it to the side, work on that. We'll get back to that later. When you're mobile, you're standing around waiting. You're waiting for a phone call. You're waiting for some information to come through. You're waiting. Or you're going to leave and come back, which wastes just as much time. Lately I've had some real crazy jobs. Like I said, some that I really wanted to share. I just left one just now. I left a BMW for Vanos codes. I went into it thinking I'm going to be here a little while, unless it's something real obvious. I looked out. It wasn't terribly obvious, but I had some help from tech support because I looked right at it and missed it. They put new solenoids in, it didn't work. They changed the oil and filter, still had Vanos codes. I looked down and the connectors were backwards. They plugged in the intake and exhaust backwards. Switched them around, cleared it, and I'm out. Funny how that works out. You think you're going to walk into something super easy and you wind up being there for hours. Something else you think is going to take forever, 5 minutes. But the frustration is definitely real with mobile. You deal with, when you're in the shop, you deal with customers that don't always tell you the full story. They tell you half the story. And then when you're mobile, you got to deal with the customer told the shop half the story and the shop gives you the other half. Or they give you half of what they know. So you walk over knowing nothing. I was on a BMW yesterday that it was an intermittent crank, no start. Every third time they hit the key, it was a no crank. Every third time they hit the key, it would crank. The guy put a starter relay in it, but he put the wrong kind of relay in it. He put a regular Bosch relay in there. That didn't work. And then he put the original relay back in, and now he had nothing. Then he called a locksmith in there and told him it wasn't an EWS module, which is the immobilizer module. It is, my buddy. Hi, Steve. What did I quote you were saying before? I don't remember now. I just had Skippy's hot dog, though. That's what you're missing. I just went to a shop. They gave me a Skippy's hot dog. I haven't had one of those in a while. Anyway, so the BMW from yesterday. So the guy put the original relay back in. Now it's a no crank, no crank. Thought it was an EWS module. He had some locksmith come in, Tell him the key and the module are okay. Your problem's somewhere else. Then he called me in, and I told him, no, it's an EWS module. I think you burnt it. And he had one ready because the tech thought it was that, so he had one. So he put it in. And then I went to code it, and we can't even see the key. The key says it's key 7, it's key 4, it's an invalid key. And then when we go to code it, it doesn't see the key. And I'm on the phone with tech support again, and they're going, is that original key? I go, look. I said, well, it might have been at one time, but it had old black tape wrapped around it, like somebody had it apart and put it back together. He said, okay, I'm done. I said, go get a key from BMW and then call me and I'll come back and we'll finish it. So that was fun. I did one the other day, last week. I did a 07 Honda Civic for a parasitic draw that turned out to be the MICU in the under dash fuse box was pulling 270 milliamp, which I thought, neat little test procedure. Oh, nice glare, right? Woo! Sorry. Pull fuse 23 under the hood. The whole drawer goes away. Sorry, I'm trying to block the glare. Ooh, I look all godlike with the halo. Not really. More like fat-like. Pull fuse 23, the drawer goes away. Put it back in. The only thing that fuse 23 feeds is the under dash fuse box. Feeds the MICU, which feeds a couple other things. You pull like 4 different connectors, P, Q, K, and E, if I remember right. If you pull all of those and the drawer is still there, then it's coming from within the fuse box, which it was. I told him, go get a fuse box. He got a used one. I said, let me know when you get it. I'll probably have to program the keys. He called me up and said, I got it, I put it in, and it's dead again. Battery went dead. I said, well, the car doesn't even start and run, right? He goes, no, it starts and runs. I said, there's no way. I said, I got to do the immobilizer. No, I don't know what to tell you. It starts and runs, but the battery went dead overnight. Oh, 2 days or whatever. Now I go back down there. Now, instead of like an hour like the first time, now I'm there for like an hour and a half, and I'm really checking myself. I said, I can't believe I screwed this up. I get all done. It's a bad fuse box again. I said, what's the chance? This guy's got a used fuse box that got the same exact issue. And then the bell went off. I go, is there any chance you put the same fuse box back in the car? He said, no. I said, you sure? No. I said, you 100% sure? They screwed up. They put the same fuse box back in the car. So now I gotta go back when they put the right used one back in, and I gotta program it and the drawer will go away. Now what do you do with that one? Do I bill him twice? I don't know. That's a good discussion. Probably should, but he's a good customer. And he pays. It's not like a random guy. But I don't know. Cody, how do you do that one? I don't know if you've had that yet. You diagnose it, you leave, the guy calls you back, you were wrong, you go back, you realize they screwed up, not you. And what do you do? I got called out to program a TIPM this morning that didn't need to be programmed. It was a used one, and it was an older generation that didn't need to be programmed. My fault, I should have clarified it, I guess. I showed up, they said, oh, give us 2 seconds, we're gonna put it in. And at least cover fuel, time is money. Yeah, I mean, it's Staten Island, but yeah, fuel is not much. I'm not going far. It's not like some of you guys that, I see some of you guys travel half hour, 45 minutes, an hour. Staten Island's, everything's close. I'm 15, 20 minutes tops across the whole island. I forgot where I was going with the last one. See? I went off on a tangent. Still, traffic can be horrible. Yeah, especially on Staten Island. That's what I'm doing now. I'm driving clear across the island to go to a, get this out of my pocket. Go to a key for a Mini. And wait till I tell you the Nissan Rogue story. If I film that one, forget it. No. It's right now, it stands to be the longest diag I've ever had, to the point I'm embarrassed. Some of you know the story. I think I've spoken to Cody about it and a few others. I know Chris over at Science of Diagnostics. Him and I have chatted on this car. I've chatted with a lot of people on this car, and Keith Perkins has had a personal hand in it. His latest video about him revinning, doing an EPROM to revin the ECM on a Rogue. That was mine. What a nightmare. Whoop, we'll lose the key. Stop playing. If I can give you the quick story, 16 Nissan Rogue got called in because they thought it was a bad key. The story is the car was parked for 8 months. Every once in a while, the owner would go out, jump start the battery because it was dead, let the car run for a while, kick it, let it sit. And then one day, he jump started and it didn't start no more. And that's when it went to the shop. The shop called me. Excuse me, no COVID. I get in and the key is dead. I can't get nothing out of the key. I tried to reprogram the key. Key's dead. I get a new key made and cut. New key fob, cut the key. I try to program the key, but it doesn't program right. It registers, it shows there's one key program, the fob works, lock, unlock, but it's a crank. Now it's a crank where it was a no crank, now it's a crank, no start. I even try to reprogram again the old key and it doesn't work. The old key, which is in right here, the old key, which I have tape on it so I don't use it, is bad. The new key does crank it, just a no start, and the immobilizer light. The immobilizer light is on the dash. One of the funny things, it's getting hot in here. When I went to program the key, anybody familiar with doing Nissans, when you clear all the keys, you stick the first key and you turn it, and by the way, it's not a push button, it's a twist key. You twist it to the on position and the security light will blink 5 times. Then you turn it off, and then you go to the next key, you put it on, it'll blink 5 times. No, you don't have to love Nissans, but thank you. I hate Nissans and BMWs. This one, when you're all done, you put a registered key in, put it on, wait 5 seconds, turn it off. That ends the programming session, and you're good to go. This one, when I put the key on, it only blinks twice instead of 5 times. Which I thought was odd, but I continued anyway, and it registered the key. Shows 1. Key fob works, crank, no start. I had all kinds of codes, BCM, ECM, oh shoot, I can't remember. 161F in the ECM. I got a 1921 or something in the BCM for some kind of ID Discord. Basically, the handshake between the ECM and the BCM weren't happening. And then I also had a B2600 for internal fault in the BCM. Again, tech support. And I will pump this one up a little bit. The guys at AutoLogic, I have the Drive Pro. It is in back of me. The cord is actually running between my legs and plugged into the DLC because it does charge off the DLC, and mine's dead. So I'm sitting on the cable while it charges. The tech support is phenomenal. So I get on the first name basis with my buddy Steve over at AutoLogic. Me and him are like this now because we talk a lot. So we're going back and forth. He says, well, internal fault, 2600, don't clear. You got a bad BCM. Oh, back up. For one of the first things I realized after the key was bad and it was kind of odd that it started, didn't start. I said, what's the chance this guy jump started it backwards? And the shop goes, possibility. I go look on the negative terminal and there's a burn mark on a negative terminal. I said, this guy jump started it backwards. And he's like telling us, again, half the story. So, would explain an internal fault in the BCM. No used BCMs available. They buy a brand new one. I don't have a card Act 3 to program a BCM with, but I do now. I went out and bought a card Act 3 just so I can do this job. Because I usually use my Autel J box for everything, but that will only do, NERS will only do ECM, TCM, 2017 and under. So I get myself a brand new card Act 3, and I get myself a subscription, and we do I guess what's the equivalent of a PMI on a body control module, inhale, exhale. Of course it fails the first 2 or 3 times, but that's an issue they seem to be having with consult. Sorry about the vibration. The consult not the console 3, the console 3 R to R is, I guess it's an issue. It doesn't always go through the first time. So 3 times we get it to go through. It's got the right calibration in it. We still got a crank no start. We got all kinds of immobilizer codes. And the trouble tree chart stinks. It's one of those, you know, clear it, try it again. Does the code come back? Yes. Replace the ECM and BCM. That's their answer. Replace them all. Yeah, there's really nothing else there. There's no other, you know, check connections. That is where I got to the point of, and we were also a little concerned that the programming on the BCM may not have gone right, because like I said, it failed the first couple of times, and I don't know if the original BCM might have been corrupted. That was the another holdup, was waiting for a fast link file from Tweddle, which is Nissan's, I don't even know the word to use. Basically, you got to go through Tweddle to get stuff like fastlink files, which is the original file. I go through that to get the original file, and we can't get that to load. Now we're questioning, is the BCM bad? Or did we lock it? Or is it just programmed to the point it won't go backwards because the fast file is an original file and we programmed it with an updated file? Nobody's really sure. I open up the ECM because I just got a feeling. I open it up, put it under the microscope, and sure enough, there's a resistor that's burnt. I go get a used ECM. I go to do the VIN change, and you can't do a VIN change because Nissan now does VIN lock. One-time VIN write. They started in 2013. The Rogues went in 2015. They went to it. Now I have a used PCM that I can't write the VIN to. Keith Perkins from L1 Automotive Training, L1 Automotive Diagnostics. If you don't know, now you know. He says, send it on over. Let's see what we can do. I send it over. Go check out his YouTube channel. You'll see the video on it. He has a short version on YouTube and the full version on his subscription-based channel. He changed the VIN for me. He put the proper software in there. I put that baby in last night. I still got issues. I still got the 2 flash on the, trying to program the key instead of the 5 flash. I still got codes. So at this point, the only real thought is to go get a Consult 3 rather than try to use the Cardac and the Consult 3 R to R. I don't have a Consult 3, but I have contacted a friend, I won't say who's going to loan me one. I have to drive a real long way to go get it. But at this point, I'm looking to save face on this job. I got a lot of time into it. It's dragged on long enough, and I want to fix it. You know, at this point, there's no way to make money on this job. This is one of those, I just want to fix it, keep my good name, and do the right thing, and that's it. We'll see we'll try to follow that one. OEM keys. No, it was not an OEM key, but it is a Nissan. Nissans are usually good with the aftermarket keys, and we tried several. My key guy actually came down and grabbed a he did it with another key, and then he grabbed one with the super chip, and even tried it that way, and it still didn't work. No way, no how. So PJ, I got you as an admin on it. That's cool. I didn't even know I signed that. Sorry, look at that right across the screen. So I don't know, I'll have to do a follow-up on that one. That car's just a mess. I was there 1 o'clock in the morning putting the ECM in. For anybody who follows me on Instagram, I think I actually put a picture of it. 1 o'clock in the morning, I decided I couldn't wait. So I went there and I was playing with it. And that's it. That's where I'm at. So we had a cancellation this morning on the Tip'em. That didn't need to be programmed. Then I went to, where did I go after that? I don't remember now. I lost track where I'm going. The BMW I just went to worked out good. That was the switch connectors. I got to do this key here. The mobile thing is hopping. The mobile thing is crazy. Can't win all of them. No, I do have good days. I'm not complaining. I made a joke the other day with the Mega Million, the Powerball, whatever. I got my ticket sitting here. Maybe I even won. I made a joke to the guy. I go, if I win, I'm still going to work tomorrow. He said, no. I said, no, really, I'm going to go to work tomorrow. And for those that don't know, I actually got, where's the Dunkin'? I'm actually out of Dunkin'. I don't have one with me. I'm all out. That's how, yeah. That's why I look like this. I also have 2 jobs, for those that don't know. Me and Cody have talked about this. I've talked about this with Keith Perkins and a few other guys. The mobile game is different for everybody. Everybody's scenario is a little bit different. The demographic is different. The geographic location it changes things. Weather, medial income, you know, all of that stuff. You know, what kind of cars are around to be worked on. And then, you know, for most of the guys are doing this as their sole income. Me, I have 2 jobs, so I have another income. Is that good or bad? Well, it makes it a little less stressful on the dollar, but it's more stressful that I'm out all day. I actually have to be at my other job in 55 minutes. So usually during the week, I really don't go home. I'm out Monday to Friday. I'm on the road. I nap, sleep where I can, and that's it. I was home today for technically 3 jobs. To shop at home. Yeah. Well, no, actually, no, not the shop at home. That shop's done. What I've actually done is most of my, if not all of my wrench turning is now subcontracted out. I have a couple of shops that are handling all my work. My customers know it. I just give it to me. I'll get it taken care of. I'll take care of everything, and I take it in. I make sure everybody does what they got to do, and write it up and give it back. So I'm doing that. What else am I doing? I don't know. What other job do I got? But yeah, my second job is quite busy. We've been doing crazy amounts of overtime since COVID started. A lot of disinfecting. It's been crazy, but it's been a good year. I can't complain about that. It's just the mobile thing's nutty. The cars are nutty. I wish I could film where somebody's shops are. I went to a shop yesterday. It has to be the one with the BMW with the screwy key. Had to be the most obscure shop I've ever been in. If I can post a video, I will. It's an old warehouse, and it's a shop within an old warehouse that you never know is there. It's just real weird. They got a tarp for a roof within the warehouse. It's kind of like having an oversized dog kennel inside of a warehouse, and that's what they're working out of. Here's my buddy. Oh, back to work. Oh, I call you on the phone. You don't answer, but he's on my live stream at least. Look, I was just going to talk about your, ta-da! Because it's on charge between my legs because the battery went dead. And, yes, I went for the Drive Pro, and I wouldn't have done it if Keith didn't go to work for them and push me for it. I may not have bought it. It is a work in progress. The scan tool end is a work in progress. I am more than willing to supply feedback to Chris Martino and Keith. I always say I'm not criticizing, I'm just giving feedback. But the tech support is phenomenal. The programming end, I haven't been able to really take, other than them helping me code stuff, the actual programming end I haven't been able to use yet. There was 2 instances, things that we couldn't do, but they're working on it. There was a Nissan Rogue we couldn't do. That's why I went out and bought the Cardac. And then I couldn't do a G-body at a 2019 BMW X7 rack and pinion G-body. I couldn't do. Just couldn't do it. Which may be my next tool. We'll see. I may be getting the BMW tool. But, Joe. Yes. I talked to Joe. Let's do an update on Joe. I talked to Joe 45 minutes ago. Joe, for those that don't know, from Joe's Auto Electric, has been out of work 2 months now. Crazy dizzy spells, can't stand on his feet, nauseous, vision's all screwed up. Ended up in the hospital. They gave him some medicine. While he was there, they found some other issues they were addressing. They found, I think, an aneurysm in his neck he's getting medicine for, and he's getting heart medicine, which non-related. They just happened to find it, and they're addressing it. Come on, Keith. Let's see if Keith can guess. Where am I? I used to play this game when Keith used to do live streams. Try to guess where he is. Keith, if you're still there, I was talking about Julio's shop being one of the most obscure shops I've been in. But Joe from Joe's Auto Electric, so he's been sick. He went to the doctor. They've given him medicine. They're trying to figure out what's wrong with him. He went to an ENT day before yesterday, and good old Andros Avenue. Yes, I should show the video on that one because that's just real obscure. Anyway, he went to an ENT. It turns out he's got something going on with his inner ear, and they gave him a shot while he was in the office and told him to wait there, and he waited like an hour and came back and retested him, and everything was getting better. And then the shot wore off and everything got worse again. And Doc said, okay, I know what it is. Here's what we're going to do. I think it came down to surgery or pills. They're going to try the pills for now. We're supposed to start taking them tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. But he seems to be in better spirits now that they have a direction, because he is beyond frustrated. But, and if you're there, Joe, I don't know if Joe's maybe watching, staying silent, but he did thank everybody for their support. He said that several times. So he loves all of you and really appreciates what everybody's done for him. He said, I could not have survived the last 2 months without the support. If you're headed for Sal's for lunch, then you're going in the wrong direction. Where's Sal's? Where am I going? Sal's for lunch? No, I had Skippy's hot dog for lunch. I went over to see my buddy Pete at PT Automotive, and he gave me a Skippy's hot dog. And if anybody remembers the movie Christine, Sal the Five. Oh, Sal makes good food too. I gotta get back to Sal. He's got a BMW for me to look at. He's got the same BMW, Keith, you looked at a while ago for the transfer case issue. It's back. Where the hell am I going with this? Oh, if you remember the movie Christine, about, what was it, back in the early 80s? About the old, what was that, an old Mercury? Anyway, the movie Christine, the guy kept his car in a junkyard, in a garage that was in a junkyard, and the old man that ran the junkyard looks just like Pete from PT Auto. I think I posted the photo one day. Pretty funny. Totally irrelevant. That's just me rambling. That's it. Staten Island Express is alive and well. Hopefully Steve will make his way out here. Now that, we have new leadership, they're just going to open everything up and COVID's going to go away. So we have nothing to worry about now. Pete's favorite person is Ivan. Yes. Ivan's got to come back here. I don't know. He hasn't even called me to come out. He should come out. I don't know why he's, I don't know if he feels that he can't come out because you're not here, Keith, but he's more than welcome. He should come out and do a ride. I need some help out here. I'll welcome anybody out here. I need anybody that can work. Because Christine was a Plymouth. No, that was not a Plymouth. That was a Plymouth Fury? I don't know. On my way, book me in Amityville. I'm actually headed out to Long Island tomorrow, Keith. Little town called Comac. I gotta go borrow a Consult 3 so I can try to reprogram a BCM in this Nissan Rogue. I'm not allowed to work there. They would keep me hostage. There are some really nice guys there. And I'm not just saying that because Keith's on here and he works there. There were some really nice guys there. The techs are working. They're working hard. They probably get calls all day long. I know they get a lot of calls from me. They're always nice, always professional, just always real helpful. Can't say enough good things about the guys running the support desk. And the scan tool is a work in progress. If Super Saturday happens this year, I'll take a week off and do a ride along. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gotta get somebody out here. I can't, like I said, I got 2 jobs. As much as Keith used to, Keith will tell you, he used to run 16 hours a day. And there's enough work for that. There are shops I haven't even gone into to introduce myself yet. There are shops that know that Keith left and don't know that somebody is handling. I don't want to say I took over from. I don't want to say that, but that I'm trying to fill his shoes and take up the slack, because I don't want to go in there and hand them. I don't want to go in there and hand them my card and then I can't service them because I'm too busy. Then I look like an idiot. So I don't want to say there was somebody that was going on claiming they took over for Keith, and I wouldn't do that, because then something goes wrong. If we have a personality conflict, then they're thinking, oh, you know, they blame Keith. So I wouldn't do that. But most of the shops are good. I had to fire 2 shops. Nothing wrong with that. I fired 2 of them. But that's it. Other than that, I got that Mini is sitting right over there. I don't know if Keith figured out where I am yet. Let's talk relocation package. Bring it. Lots of housing on Staten Island. Everybody's leaving. Not everybody. A lot of people leaving. A lot of people jumped ship with COVID and the politics here, and they all went to Jersey and Pennsylvania. So there's a lot of property for sale, a lot of houses for rent. But it's still crazy. Need to keep Steve here. Yeah, I know I need to keep Steve here. Steve wants to do a U.S. tour. I'm going to rig the vehicle that it ends up back here somehow, though, because I need him here. Staten Island's 15 miles long, 8 miles wide. Got just about 500,000 people. So you can imagine the amount of cars. 348 repair facilities, something like that. Politics not much better in Jersey or PA. Yeah, but you're not crowded by as many people, so you're not dealing with it as much. You're a little separated. Jersey's a little more separated. Pennsylvania even more. You know, it's like anything else. Whenever anything is bad, it's only multiplied by the amount of people. Multiplies the bad, because you're stuck face to face with everybody. The COVID is worse. The money issues get worse. Whatever. If it's good, it gets real good. If it's bad, it gets real bad. It's just accentuated by the amount of people. It's like an overcrowded fish tank. You know, you put a couple of fish in a big fish tank, and they get a little sick. It's okay. You clear it up. You got a lot of fish. All the fish get sick right away. So that's kind of what's going on here. They finally signed on my old shop. No kidding. Who? Who took that? That's a nice piece of property. Who took it, and who do I give my business card to? I also know another big shop is for sale. I won't mention it, so I don't know if I'm supposed to, but there's another big shop for sale. I got a couple locations, nice locations, but not for me. Not sure who, but they're not staying in a repair shop. That means they got to pull the tanks out, and that's going to be expensive. You know, it's funny. How many offers I get? I get offers for jobs. I got offered by a certain place, a certain big shop down on the boulevard. A certain shop where me, Keith, and Steve met up one day. Made a half a joke about, why don't I just set up 2 bays just for you, and you can do diag all day. And I went, no. So yeah, I've been asked to buy places already, run places, work in places. No, I like doing this. I do like doing this. I really do. This is a calling for me. Like I said, I made the joke to the lottery guy. I win the lotto, I'm going to work tomorrow. The shop is an anchor. Yeah, the shop is an anchor. You got to open at 8. You got to close at 5. You got to answer the phones. You got to be there. This thing, if I got to cut out for an hour and go do something, I can go do it. I can, you know, move calls around, do what I got to do. It happens. I really need, Keith, you should be here on this Nissan Rogue, because I'm surprised the guy at the shop hasn't killed me yet. I think he's getting frustrated. And I don't blame him. I'm getting frustrated. It's definitely a thorn in my side. I'm not happy about it. I'll be happy when it's fixed. At this point, like I said, I'm losing money on it every minute I go there, because I got to get it fixed now. I just got to save face. Call me when you have 10 minutes. I'll tell you all about the Rogue. We've talked about it briefly, but even ask Steve at tech support there about the Rogue. He knows all about it. He's been with me every step of the way. I think Steve and I have talked on at least 6 occasions on this one vehicle. Got to do it live. Got to do what live? I don't even know what the next step is. The next step is I'm borrowing a consult 3, and we're going to try to reprogram the BCM to find out if it's a programming issue, if the new BCM is bad. I don't even know what to do after that. But no, I can't. I'm not gonna, it was early. You weren't here, Keith. Well, you and I will talk about it. Call me later when you have a few minutes. I'm going to work. In 40 minutes, I'll have plenty of time to talk. We'll talk about the Rogue. But I'm at this shop here. This shop is always good to me. I don't know if Keith has figured out where I am. Hold on. Take the phone off. Let's see. This shop always has lots of cars for me. Let's see if I can turn this around. Always has lots of cars for me. Always. It's kind of a weird setup because there's a house right there, and the shop is actually like behind the house. It was kind of weird. We get a lot of that in Staten Island. But these guys are good to me. Call me, and they call me for one. They go, "Oh, good, you here? I got 3. I got 4. I go, "No, I came for 1. They're like, no, I got more. Don't go." I've worked on that Lincoln. I worked on that Lincoln. I've worked on about half the cars in here. I worked on this Mercury. Yeah. Anyway, guys have hung with me long enough. This is ridiculously long. I meant this to be like 5-10 minutes. So I'm rambling. I gotta go program this key. I gotta be at work in 39 minutes, my other job. Then I get to bring all my crap in, put it on my other toolbox, charge everything up because I can start again at 8 in the morning. That's it. I hope everybody's doing well. I thank you all for hanging in there. All 23 of you. Looking at my ugly face. Listening to me go off on a tangent. And hopefully the live training opens up soon. Again, we got new leadership. COVID's going away. We should be in live training real soon. Everything's going to get better now, I hear. Don't go politics. All right. We'll talk later. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you. Hopefully I'll put together some more content. Stay safe. Steve, Kuba, PJ, Keith, everybody.